And this woman, Dr. Oba, says, nah, women, choose you first. Choose what makes you happy. You can find love in your 50s. You can have a child in your 50s, thanks to science. If you want to build a career, go ahead. If you want to marry at 20, go ahead. Don't let men project their insecurities on you. How are men projecting insecurities on these girls? How? And meanwhile, someone went to dig her old tweet up, and the person says, see, she says, husband material, 10 yards, trouser length needed. Who get them for shop? As a single Nigerian babe that moved to the US, Canada, or the West, you have to be conscious about getting a man, because you can easily be carried away with making all that money and wake up one morning alone in your 50s with a house, car, no child, no partner. We live in a world where a man can wake up in his 70s and always find a woman to wife, but unfortunately it's not the same for women. Don't let anybody deceive you. This is reality. Everybody needs somebody. While you're making that money, please make conscious efforts to find a man. Loneliness in the midst of so much wealth is very depressing. It is even worse when you don't have a child. Ask those experiencing it. It's not fun. Again, make a very conscious effort to find a man while making all that money. This is coming from a place of love. If you like, insult your father when you're done. Go find yourself a man. Oh, let me add, ladies, if you're planning japa and have that serious boyfriend in Nigeria, please hold him tight. If possible, make sure you both japa together. If you can sponsor it, please do. Don't japa alone thinking you're going to find a man over there. Some might find, many won't. For places like UK, it's difficult. Those boys there will you shaggy. UK boys are the real demons. Again, if you have a boyfriend, hold him tight and make sure you all live together. Life is all about risk. Whatever choice you make, be ready for the consequences. And I feel these guys, and I always say these guys, ladies, I know it's a choice. If you want to get married or not, it's a choice. If you want to focus on your career first before focusing on a man, it's your choice. I want you to do you. Do you get? But what I'm saying is, for most ladies, if you want to get married, it's better to either find a man and be in a long-term relationship with him, or you get married early. It just increases your chances of getting married, because when you're getting older, your dating pool reduces. The number of men who are attracted to you and the number of men who want you will naturally reduce, because men will like to go for younger women. Do you get? This is just a fact. So if you choose to get married, if you want to get married, it's better you do it early. You can still but have an understanding with your husband and then follow through. That tell him, I'm going to pursue my career. I'm not going to leave my career behind you just because I'm getting married. Make sure you're marrying a reasonable man where you guys can compromise on differences and accept each other in ways where your compromises can work better for you guys. Do you understand? But what I would say is, if you want to focus on your career first and you want to get married too, the reality is that you can find a husband though. This is your choice. You want to get married. I'm all about choice. You want to get married, okay? And then, but you say, let me focus on my career first. Let me not focus on a man yet. What happens is that as you get older, the number of men interested in you reduce. You can definitely get married though, or at whatever age you are. But it's easier to get married when you are younger as a woman than when you are older. That's just the dynamic. Let's go to people's replies. Harachi says, fortunately, the world is not restricted to the average African man's idea of love. You can find love at 90 as a woman, except you are not open to it. Even women in my village marry and remarry as many times as they want. More or less a working class woman with a whole life. Yes, you can find love at 90. But do you really want to get married at 90? Is that anybody's life plan to get married at 90? Definitely not. Definitely not. The world is double standardized in this dynamic of women getting married earlier and men can delay. Do you get? Because the older you get, the less fertile you become. The older you get, the less attractive you are. the older you get, the more risk of having a chromosomal defective baby, that's having a baby with Down syndrome and having a baby with genetic defects and all these other things. There are just so many risks to getting married at old age for women than for men. Do you understand? These are just natural set principles. I didn't set these rules. No man set the rules. It's just the factual truth. Let's go back to this girl's comments. And this guy replies and says, "Lol, both of you to compare a woman that lives in the village with a Nigerian woman that lives in the West. I'm not here to do gender war. You don't live in the West and probably would understand the nuances. Anyways, in the end, we are going to face reality checks." And I agree with him. You see, every choice we make, we are going to face the consequences. If not now, later on. Do you get? So make the right choices. Harachi says, "Not doing gender war either. Not sure any of us has time for that. Just saying we should give young women a chance, especially the growing ones. The desperation to get married because they might be lonely have led most of them to their graves, and really based mostly on assumption." How has getting married led most girls to their grave? How? Most girls. Marriage have led them to their grave. Come on. You are being anecdotal here. You are being very hypothetical here. Marriage is a cure for loneliness. Most men get married because of loneliness. It's the kind of loneliness that sets in as you grow older in life, that you know you need a woman as a companion to marry. Now, if you're a woman that you want to get married to is not thinking of companionship as one of the basic needs for marriage, you guys' values will clash. You get? Let's go on. And Goodness Adeoshun sighed and said, "Sigh, this is just a hola balu. The point is that when you find the opportunity, getting the right man, don't take it with laxity because you are busy pursuing career, money and all. Dates, get married. It's lonely out here. It's easier to do life with someone. I'm glad that this girl bears my sister's name, because she's thinking well. She's saying if you get the chance, if you see a good man, get married to him. You guys can build life together, work life together. My parents did it. It can be done. It just needs two emotionally matured people to decipher life together. Let's go on now. Philip Masha replies to Goodness and says, "It go better for you. Loneliness is realer when experienced than imagined, and nobody really wants to be alone. If those who are experiencing loneliness want to be honest." And it's true. And Goodness replies and says, "See, there's a stage in life that there's this gap, void you feel within that family or friends can't feel it except a partner. So imagine being far from home, friends, family, so busy with work, no time for fun, and the person don't have that somebody to lean on. We all need somebody. We all heard the story of that woman that died from depression. She was a Christian woman, always going to church, but she didn't have a partner and she just ended her life in her house. Sad story. Everybody functions better with almost everybody functions better with other people. Almost everybody. Let's go on. Lucia says, "Instead of preaching about man as a cure for loneliness, preach making money to have options. Make plenty money. Go for IVF or simply adopt and still pay for any man's service when she wants. Women should not miss out in life hoping for something they have no control over." Why would you say women have no? I will address your issue. This is the feministic agenda. How would you say women should not miss out in life hoping for something that they have no control over? Women have control over who they get married to. Women have control over the kind of life they want to live. Women have control over the choices they make. You are actually the one that trying to take women's choices away from them by saying women don't have control over what they do with their lives. Women, see, this is 2022. No man, no woman, nobody can tell women how to live their lives. Let's be truthful. Forget all this social media craze. Nobody can tell a woman how to live her life. Let's be truthful. And she's saying pay for a man's services, that you should make money and have option. When a woman makes money, when a woman makes money, men run away from her. Not because she's intimidating, like most people say, or she intimidates them. No, it's just because they feel a man likes to be a head. A man likes to be the head of his relationship. He likes to lead financially. He likes to lead emotionally. He likes to lead physically. So if a man feels a defect in his life that a woman can feel, he won't feel so complete. Maybe I didn't put that well, but I know you get my point. You get my point. She's saying she'll pay for a man's service. Come on. A girl replies her nay that says, don't worry, you understand better when you grow old. Then you will see the need for a real partner, not paid services. And she says, the need for a partner, can you tell that to Elon Musk and Bill Gates? And the girl says, it will shock you that you know nothing more about these dudes you mentioned aside their net worth. All I'm trying to say is that loneliness during old age is dreadful. I'm not even see there are so many benefits to getting married apart from companionship. Bills. Marriage increases your standard of living because you now have two people's income coming into one household. Do you get? Marriage gives you a kind of respect in people's eyes that you were able to commit to one person when the vast majority of the world is turning to sexual liberation, and it has always been that married people have more respect than unmarried people. It has always been that way. It will take a revolution to change these things. Avril says it's funny the comments from women getting so upset about this and arguing that they don't need a man. If you really feel like that and are happy being alone, then you won't be triggered and need to insult Afam's papa. Your reality isn't everyone's. Just keep scrolling. Then the original Twitter says, lol, it's funny that two ladies actually in this situation were the one that asked me to make that trade after yesterday's shoot your shot. Just a few days ago, I read of a 47-year-old accountant in Lagos that committed suicide. Of course, she didn't leave a note as to why she had to kill herself. But it's not strange to insinuate it's due to loneliness. She was never married and had no child. I just talked about this. You get? Kate says, well, her neighbors say she had long-term mental problems aside depression, and her father was always there to help her. Okay, maybe this is not the case I mentioned. And her father was always there to help her out of her crisis and take her to therapy. But since he passed, her family weren't readily available to help, so she slipped. If she had a companion, or maybe she had children, or maybe she had someone that would be there for her, she had her own person, life would have been easier. Life's always easier with someone. 3 American flags says a partner would have been readily available. Her mental health was managed by her father's care and love. Hence, a husband would have been able to fill the void. Fact. Bo says, I hope that women will read this tweet with an open mind and not be in a hurry to respond and attack, because everything Afam said here is the truth. The truth is that it gets lonelier the older you get. Yes, money and career is good, and so is companionship and relationship. Elvis now says it's actually not entirely true. Life doesn't come with any manual. Contrary to what he said, not everyone likes being in a relationship or settling down. Some people just want to live life and that's all. It's 2023, man. You guys should know better. I don't like this woke mentality. You say some people just want to live life and not be in a relationship. True, giving. But is life not easier if you have your own person? If you have someone that you can trust, someone that life is easier that way. If life is easier that way, why do people choose the hard path? Why do you choose the hard way to form independence? Why are you choosing the hard way when life is easier this way? But no, you choose the hard way. Your choice, Sha. Your choice. Alex says, and you are sure of what happens to them in their closets. You don't need to put things in your shoes before you raise an idea. And Elvis replies and said, I already weighed my options. I think I function properly when I'm alone. We all have our individual differences. Points being made. I don't have a problem with people getting married and stuff. My point is just that not everyone is up for it. Some of us just do it because of societal pressure. Bro, you are lying. There's no societal pressure to get married. I don't know where this thing is coming from. Okay, there's a societal pressure to get married, but people want to blame their choices on this societal, this societal pressure. And this is 2022. I'll be 2022, like you said, bro. Nobody is pushing anybody to get married. Everybody is woke now. Everybody's woke now, bro. You're talking about yourself, but you're not generalizing it that there's some people who function like that. But you only know about you, bro. Whatever. Abela de Lagoa says you are trying to justify. You are just trying to be stoic about this issue by nature. By nature, we are all made to need companionship. Anything aside that points to a defect, maybe childhood experiences of pain that could turn one into a hermit. Even at that, the individual dies slowly within in loneliness. True. And it says, so by that fact, you are saying even Catholic reverends and monks also need companionship. Why are you mumming yourself now? Catholic monks and reverends, did they not stay in monasteries? They stay together now. That's the companionship we're talking about. They are very busy. They're always involved with other people. They're helping people. They are doing this for people. And that alone is a cure for loneliness. And that's why relationships are important. Because when you're doing something for someone, you feel good about yourself. You feel happier. You feel blessed when you're helping someone out. When you know they are involved in someone's life, you are a part of someone's life. You feel better about yourself. That's the same thing Reverend Fathers and Catholic priests do. They are actively helping people. Actively being involved in other people's life, helping them become better people, and they derive their joy from there. Daddy Chin says, this your tweet didn't age well, walai. Just today an ex of mine WhatsApped me asking if I'm married now and if you can make things work. Someone who changed the moment she stepped foot in England. Tell me about I can't cope with your excesses. She was coping when she was still in Nigeria. And the guy says she don't work 8-hour shifts back to back for insanely cold weather and go back home to an empty house. It's not easy out here. And the guy replies, bro, me too was shocked because until last message was have a good life, take care. Today I'm being asked if I fancy a Pacific Blue or a graphite colored iPhone 12 Pro Max. Auntie, why you want buy me phone? Auntie said nothing because you deserve it. Ifechukwu said Afam Deluxe was specific. He said US, Canada or the West. He was not referring to Egbeda, Ikorodu and Yana Itire girls. I don't understand why Cynthia will follow me drag Elisha about this evening. They talk. Many of us have saved money for IVF. Who needs man abroad? Why do you want to have a child without a man? Why do we neglect the fact that a child grows better in a 2-parent household? Why do we neglect the fact that you cannot do it alone? Why do you want to celebrate Father's Day with fathers? Why? Godmover says, even me as a guy forming gangster that will marry whenever I like, just in my early 30s, and some days waking up without a real serious relationship, they scatter my thinking. And that is after spending a sexual night with a babe some days ago. We all need balance as we hustle, Lord. And this guy says, true, as a man, immediately I got into my 30s, I started feeling the loneliness I've never felt before. Mind you, I already have a progressing career. I also know girls abroad in this situation. Some of them do open up to me on what they deal with. Boys for there, no send them. Emmanuel Obinana says Nigerian girls abroad want to marry Nigerian guys abroad, but Nigerian guys abroad want to marry Nigerian girls at home. Meanwhile, Nigerian guys at home want to marry Nigerian girls abroad, which always futile. What a vicious cycle. And I feel all of them, but my own is just make your choice and be responsible enough and be self-aware enough to know that your choices will always have consequences and it will alter your life in ways that maybe you have not even planned out, but the cause must cause an effect. So just make choices that will improve your life. Basically that will help you. Comment, and subscribe, and get back to you guys. Kai.